This video shows the inspection of the Brooks Bridge corrugated metal pipe culverts on October 25th, 2025.
Okay, so it's October 20th, and we're in the north culvert facing west. This is the east end of the fallout, and you can see some daylight coming from the fabric there. Looks like about an 18 to 20 inch drop, and from what I can gather, it looks like about that amount of the wall of this CMP has just rusted away right at the water line. You can see how badly it's degraded there, and it appears as though a whole section, maybe a 20-foot section, just vertically fell straight down that distance, about 18 to 20 inches, and it's now wedged itself in the back edge there. I don't think it's going to move any further, but obviously that's all dependent on how much weight is above it and what the edges are doing there. So I'm looking out the west end, facing west, looking out the west end, and I've got some photographs, but that's pretty much what it is. It doesn't appear as though the water line was leaking. This looks like it's just a old corrugated metal pipe that has just let go at the water line, and you can see it's 14 inches or so above the water. You can see where the metal is just coming apart. It's just basically gone. There has been some shifts, obviously. Yeah, there's a pretty good sized void right there in the metal pipe. Over here again, it's the north side. You see some water seeping in a few of these places. So it looks like it's just time for a replacement. So this is the east end I'm looking at here, north pipe. So now I'm at the east end of the central pipe, the center pipe, facing the west again, and I'm gonna drift back through, and you can see it's pretty much the same condition here. 12 to 14 inches, sometimes higher, very saturated. It could be from groundwater possibly, but it's definitely just flaking off of steel. You can see the coating up here, the tar coating remaining, but here it's been washed away. So I'm just gonna drift through this pipe, heading west. You can see a pretty good area that the pipe walls have rusted away. This is the south wall. Lots of black widows in here. You can see a few areas where the steel is just missing. This is some sort of foam filling in the gap there. This pipe that I'm under right now looks like it's a slightly different alignment, so this one could be next. It appears to be, the walls appear to be deflecting somehow. You can see here where the walls actually squeezed in a little further on this side, maybe a couple of inches on both sides. maybe some heavy trucks coming in and out of here caused it to collapse. Not sure. So I'm about 15 to 18 feet from the end. So I'm at the very last section. So again, it's the next to the last section going west here that appears to be affected more from something causing movement. I'm gonna turn around and look back this way. That's looking back to the east. Back to the west here. Okay, so now I am in the southern CMP, and I'm looking, starting on the east end, looking back toward the west, only because the breeze is blowing in that direction and I have to clear the cobwebs. So I'm gonna start working my way in. Pretty much the same condition here. You can see nothing less than 12 up to maybe 18 or 20 inches above the water line. It's just rusted, rotted, degraded, definitely overdue for a replacement. You can see that foam rubber expansion joint right here. I think that's actually a seal between two pipe joints. The rubber seal, it's like a foam rubber seal. You can see there's a high water line right about here, and this looks like the normal. Here's the high water line. This looks like the normal water line right through here that it's staying wet at. But it's obviously fluctuating enough that it's wetting it, exposing it to air, to rust, wetting it again. And you can see a few places where it's like some water seeping in about 8 or 10 inches above the bottom of at the water line. So this is the next to the last section. It doesn't appear to be deforming as much as the center one is, but I can still see some difference, maybe a couple of inches, but you don't see the large missing open. Oh, there's some right here. The voids, lack of material. As you can see there's just no. This is so there's a tarry coating right there, but here you can just see that's probably actually the joint strip. So the inner metal pipe is missing, and what you're seeing there's the foam. And this is looking out the west end. I mean, obviously above 18 inches, that water line, it's in good condition, but everything below that is just rusted and rotted away. And I have trouble getting back out of here due to the vegetation piling up here at the end. This is the north side of the west end, southern. Now see, it falls a little short. Looks like they just put some concrete in there, where on the other ones the pipe actually extended beyond the head wall. It was flush, and you could see a gap